Culture Pros, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Acknowledge us. What is up, everybody? Welcome to a very special Saturday episode of the Just Too Sweet Show, our Summerslam prediction preview show. I, of course, am Big Daddy Cool in Gaelic. With me is the return of the third man, Hollywood Dave. Dave, what's going on?
Nothing much, Timmy. Good to be back on the show, especially for, what is it, the biggest show of the summer?
The biggest show of the summer. I guess is this what? This is not the number two show they consider, right? This is their WrestleMania summer, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes SummerSlam does outperform WrestleMania, even though I feel like it's been a little bit harder now that WrestleMania is 2 nights. So
That's
they have
true.
a lot more to do. But SummerSlam has always been pretty big. Like, you get a good changing of, like, the guard and seeing where things are leading up towards, WrestleMania. Like, I mean, for me, honestly, my number two after WrestleMania, and it might honestly be number one, is Royal Rumble. But SummerSlam is always a lot of fun.
I like Royal Rumble too. Royal Rumble's probably my second favorite. Before we get to that, Dave, though, because last time you were on, you were either in the car or you were just in the comments. So I want to get a quick comment from you about everything that's been going on in wrestling the last couple of weeks. Vince, the AEW back and forth. So just give me your state of the union on professional wrestling as it is.
Wow. Where to start? Where to start? Wrestling right now, mid 2022. Holy crap. I know we talked about, like, the day that Vince, finally gives up the reins. Like, he's not going to do it until he's dead. Like, it's still surreal to think that, even though, I mean, he still has, Stephanie there and Triple H, running things, it's still crazy to think that they can literally tell him to go fuck off if they really
Hmm.
want to. Like, hey, old man, this is our show now. And I'm pretty sure maybe not so much Stephanie, but Triple H will like be like, I got this, don't worry about it. Like, you go ahead and stay good in your retirement home in Florida or wherever in Connecticut in your $1 billion house. But it's just crazy to think that, yeah, he finally retired. I was watching recently Ric Flair he was on a podcast with Chris Van Vliet, and he was saying like how he was disappointed because he knows how much Vince loves wrestling and how much like he's done for the business. Like, without him, like, Hogan wouldn't be like as big as of a star. Flair, like Cena, Rock, Austin, like all these big guys, and it's like it's crazy to think. Absolutely, like, this is a turning in the industry, 100%. If it's gonna be a good thing, a bad thing, a good thing or a bad thing, is still to be found out. I do think that every other promotion should be a little bit concerned
Hmm.
because what we saw Triple H do with NXT was very minuscule, and it was still pretty big. Like, NXT had a huge following. Like, a lot of the guys that were down there were big. Like, I mean, Adam Cole, I think, I forgot what year, maybe like 2019. He was
Yeah,
what,
something
like
like that.
number three PWI best wrestler, and he was what, on a 2 hour show.
Hmm.
And I think that show wasn't even back then. I think only 1 hour was live, and the other hour was like non-televised, something like that. But imagine that someone who's not on the main roster was being considered around, like, the wrestling community to be a top three guy. I think who beat him out? It was Jericho, and that was just because that was the whole Le Champion thing, and then I forgot who else was up there. I don't think it was Kenny. It was someone else. But it's still crazy to think that one little guy, and then what Triple H was able to do there, now he's got everything. Now guys like Tommaso Ciampa might have a chance. Johnny Gargano might come back. I saw a rumor now that they're gonna try to mend fences with Sasha Banks and Naomi. So, I mean, if I'm pretty sure that's very enticing to a lot of people. Where maybe like maybe not Cesaro, but maybe your Adam Cole's like, I wonder what would have happened if I would have stayed. Like just the what ifs.
Yeah, Gil,
Cause
Gil had brought that up, and they actually came out. Tony Khan came out and said, Adam Cole's got 5 years. He ain't going nowhere. These guys aren't. And Gargano just showed up on Impact. I don't know if you missed that this week.
oh, I must have missed that. I didn't know that.
He showed up on Impact, so he ain't coming back. So Champa really would have to get the big push, which I think he should.
He did.
I
I
can
mean,
see, I can see him beating Roman Reigns.
did you see?
Definitely.
Of course, if given the proper tools, Champa could be like a mini Triple H because obviously he's not as big as Triple
Hmm.
H, but he could be a mini Triple H because he has the like ferocity in him where like he can get over. And I'm not sure if you saw it, but after Raw, he cut like a promo because now they have him like with the Miz and stuff,
Hmm.
and he cut a promo against Logan Paul, and that was like, oh shit, like he was given the mic to just here you go, tell me how you feel, and he's like, we had to fight and claw like this is my house, this is Miz's house. You know, he fought. He's a two-time blah, blah. Like he just went off and off, and you can tell like it was not scripted at all, and it was great. And I'm like, bro, if this is like just a little taste of maybe what we get with these guys, where we know they're good because we saw them in NXT be good, man. Everyone else, AEW, I mean, Impact is irrelevant. New Japan, they should be concerned because now it might just turn the uptide where now WWE is what is it, a TV 14 again?
Hmm.
You know, it's not
Well, we'll see that
PG.
tonight. I think we're going to see that tonight. What kind of impact that has? I hope it's not just blood. Just they're not going to black and white it, whatever the hell they usually do with the blood now. Uh, yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. Also, I'm hoping they stop with the scripting of the promos and let these
Very
guys
important.
talk because Vince and Bruce Pritchard are big on scripting the promos. You can't do that, man. You got to let these guys be natural.
Yeah,
Because you
I
look,
get.
the Rock, Austin, Triple H, all these guys. As soon as you let them be themselves, that's how a star is made. Can't script these guys. It's so
No,
stupid. Like
like
how can Bruce Pritchard talk
Bruce
for Tiana?
Pritchard talk.
Oh, what happened there? I just heard myself again. Anyway,
Oh,
how can Bruce Pritchard
that
talk for
was
Thomas Champa? How? He can't. He's a
no,
70-year-old man. He can't talk about anybody.
but it just imagine like if nobody could have scripted Austin 316 says I just whooped your ass, and
No.
that's the bottom. Like those are things that it just comes to somebody in the heat of the moment where it's gonna come down to it. Like you're not scripting that. You're not scripting jabroni beating, piting. You're not scripting limousine riding, jet flying. Like that's when you get those natural, organic things where you're like, wow, this makes this guy great because he's good on the mic, like Eddie Kingston. But I
Let's
yeah
not go there. Let's not
I
go there.
I hope that yeah they are given again. You can be given notes like, hey, look, this is who you're feuding with. Bring up this point. Bring up this point. Go do what you got to do.
Yeah,
Like
I
handle your
agree.
business. You're either gonna sink or swim, and that's how you learn. You sink or swim.
And let me ask you too about Kevin Nash's comments that AEW feels like Thunder, WCW Thunder. I don't know if I'd go that extreme. It has gotten a little tired, but Thunder? I mean, come on. I don't think it's that bad.
No, I wouldn't say it's that bad either. Nobody was showing up to Thunder. Kevin Nash what made like what 2 appearances on Thunder
Yeah,
for
that was
like
right. That was right in the beginning too.
yeah, and he was there for what all of like 5 minutes maybe. Like no, at least I mean AEW. I can see this is what we've talked about. They just have such a loaded roster that people are gonna get lost because you can't really highlight 80 guys in 1.5 show because Rampage is an hour. You know, there's little things, but I feel like there's some of their young guys do shine. Like I think Hook right now and Danhausen, like they're over. And now that Hook just won the FTW championship on Friday on Rampage, like that was a pretty cool moment because you know that was a title that his dad created in ECW.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty cool to see that. So I feel like they're younger guys, they can build them up. They just gotta stop with like your John Moxleys, your I mean Chris Jericho's fine because I feel like he's not taking himself into the title picture every single time. Like once he got out, and now he's been doing like little different things. You know, whether it was the Inner Circle or now the Jericho Appreciation Society, and now that I mean, imagine he switched it up where it was just like wrestling, and now he's like, I'm a sports entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Like sports entertainer is gonna beat a wrestler every single time. like that's great, and he's not taking up a main roster like a main the main event spot like your John Moxley's are with just nonsense. And
I love the fact that they call it the AEW Galaxy. Have you
I
heard
did
that
see
part?
that.
They say
I
they say
did.
AEW Galaxy instead of acknowledge us. What do they say? What the hell do they say? They say
Uh,
something else.
yeah,
Uh,
I,
not
oh,
not
I,
not acknowledge us. It's like I don't know, something weird, but it's
like
hysterical.
recognize us or
Yeah,
something
recognize
like
us or
that.
something like that. Yeah, it's great. It's so great.
It was, and it's good. Like, see, that's a nice subtle jab that I don't mind because like you're kind of like pushing at WWE, but like very subtly. You're not there like, calling out a WrestleMania or
Hmm.
Triple H or something like that. Something subtle. And what was I gonna tell you? So that I think they're doing good. Your Moxleys obviously I think are just messing things up. The fact that CM Punk is still champion at home, who knows when he's gonna come back? Like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see. I'd rather honestly, I'd rather see Jericho beat Moxley right now.
Hmm. Me too. I just don't think he it was ever a good champion. I don't think he's that guy. I just don't. I don't see it. I never did.
And I see that now a lot of his matches just end up with him bleeding, and it's like, okay, I forgot was it. It was one of his most recent like title matches. I think it was on a Dynamite, and he was busted open, and the other guy was like perfectly fine, and I'm like, what just happened? Like how did you just get busted? Like if people are, wow, that's what I was trying to tell you. People are gonna become numb to that, and it's not gonna become a big deal. Like normally
Yeah.
when people would bleed and show color, it was like part of the story. Like damn, these guys are going at it. But when you do it every week, it's just like okay, yo, look, there's blood. Like you could put more money on the fact that there's gonna be blood in an AEW match than there's not, and you're
Yeah.
gonna win probably that.
And I know we're going to talk about it on Tuesday also, but what do you think about CM Punk being the only one to really kind of shit on Vince and shit on the whole power thing? You know what? I'm tired of that dude. I got to be honest with you. It was cool when he came back. It was a great pop. I'm kind of done with him. I'm kind of tired of him. What do you think of that?
So yeah, like I said, to see him back after 7 years was definitely cool. See him in the ring. He didn't go straight to the world title, but then I mean, he kind of went there pretty quickly and then won it. Um, I didn't like a lot of his comments. Like I know that he went and was like, "Oh, they should have supported Sasha and
Naomi.
Naomi with everything because this and this and that, like the locker room." And I'm like, first, and then like it was just really different. I think he was trying to compare like what he did and what they did, like so many different situations there. Like they were being put into the main event. They were just upset that they weren't being showcased as a tag team when they had the titles, which again makes sense.
And they got title shots.
Yeah, well they were the women's champions, the
No,
women's
no,
tag team
no. I mean,
champions.
but both of them are going against the singles
Oh yeah,
champion,
exactly,
but we're gonna lose. But you're
exactly.
still in the main event for a title shot. Why? I never understood that either. Why are you
And
bitching and moaning?
where CM Punk was like, "Oh, I'm taking my ball and going home because I don't want to fight Triple H at WrestleMania. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that. Like it should be about me type of deal." Where it was like it's two different situations. WWE addressed it immediately. It wasn't like they kind of like swept it under the rug. I think it was the next SmackDown where Michael Cole's like, "Oh, Sasha and Naomi like went home, like addressing the whole situation." So I feel like it's two different stories. And yeah, I mean, I thought he was done being bitter when he came back, but he still has some sort of grudge against.
He won't let it
Uh,
go. Yeah, he won't let it go.
where like I don't know if you saw when Jericho was asked about like the whole Vince situation and like all the allegations, and he's like, he basically like I feel like Jericho was a real boy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like he didn't like trash McMahon, Vince or anything. Like he stayed to him. He's like, I'm sure like whatever, like we don't really know what happened, but it sucks to happen. Do I think anything's gonna come out of it? No. Like Vince is a great guy. Like I'm sure there's something that a lot of us don't see about it. And I was like, man, Jericho could have easily just like done like I don't know, like a CM Punk comment, just like or I think it was Paul London that recently came out. I was like, oh, I'm surprised this is only coming out now because back in the day he was doing this and this and this, and it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Oh, like a Ryback.
Oh,
who I try to bash every single week because that dude just won't shut up, and it's sickening. It honestly is sickening.
I
So
try not to even look at any like anything right back related. I'm just like, yeah, no.
yeah, he's an absolute joke of a human being anyway. So I don't understand it. All right, so let's jump into like so we'll save the rest for Tuesday, but let's jump into the SummerSlam
Oh
show.
look, wait. If you look at the
Oh,
comments, I
oh,
see that AEW has a special signing apparently.
a special sign. Oh, I didn't see the comments. I wasn't looking. We'll see. First of all, Terzio 7 or 8.
What up,
That's
Frank?
7:30.
Um,
Usually the pre-show 7. I think 7
is
because it's SummerSlam.
yeah.
I think so.
I'll look it up right now on Peacock while you.
Dave hasn't joined the A to Z group yet. I heard Bunker signed with AEW. Oh shit,
That's a
Bunker.
big signing right there.
I'm gonna put up. Bunker is all elite wrestling on the Just Too Sweet page in a little while.
Does this mean his
So
tag team partner, Steve Faraci, is gonna go over there too?
I don't know. Maybe they split. I don't know. We're gonna have to send our sources a reporter. We'll have to send Caleb Braxton down there to get the scoop on that. But I mean, the most interesting match obviously going to be the main event. Because that's another thing that came out of this Vince retiring. Brock says if no Vince, no Brock. So I think if Brock was scheduled to win, he's not winning anymore after those comments and after walking out of SmackDown and now returning at the last minute to do the show. We'll
You know
see.
what? That's what it was. I think they were comparing. Well, just the SummerSlam starts at 7. That's what
7.
CM Punk was comparing. He's like, oh, it's crazy how WWE like isn't as supportive of Sasha and Naomi, but are so supportive of Brock Lesnar when he walks out. And it's like Brock walked out, but he came back. He
Not only that,
didn't
though, Brock is in the
leave.
main event of a SummerSlam.
And he's still gonna be there. Like he's still showing
Yeah.
up. He's not doing CM Punk that he just left and all these advertised events that he was gonna be at. He didn't show up to. Same thing with Sasha and Naomi. No, Brock came back, still fulfilled his duties, even though he probably was upset about it. He still did it. So there was no comparison between the two, and that
True.
was what he was trying to do. And I was like, come on, bro, it's
He
stop
just
it.
after a while the bitterness is just as I said, it gets old and it gets pathetic, which is why I'm tired. And then the fact that Punk and Moxley are the are the champions, interim or not, it's horrible. It's horrible. That's where AEW is making big mistakes. Hopefully they rectify that. Like you said, Hook was a good start. The Bucks losing was a good start, and I have nothing. I really, even though I pick on them a lot, I have nothing. They are funny. They are entertaining. I have nothing against them in general. But again, the titles on these guys. No, let all these new guys get a shot.
Well, I mean, now we'll see what happens with the trios title, who that goes to.
Oh, I'm interested in. I'm actually like that. I was going to ask. I was going to say that for Tuesday too. But what do you think of that? I think it's a good idea.
I do too. I so it's so crazy when you sent the picture of the belts. I like the belts. I just don't like that it says trios in the middle. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't need that like vague trios in the middle of it. Like all your other titles are nice. Like that you could have put smaller somewhere there. But I think it's a pretty dope belt. Like it kind of reminds me of is it like a WCW? I'm trying to think who had like the globe like that.
I think it
Like
was.
in
Wasn't like a television title or something like that they had.
something like that. It felt like a mix of like the Stone Cold like WWF Championship that was the like globe with the eagle,
Mm-hmm.
but then a mix. I feel like there was a some WCW belt that had the globe in it. I just don't remember which one it was.
Eric would know. Are you still watching, Eric? If you are, I'm sure you know what title that was. But let's jump into the predictions here and the preview of this match. We're going to start with Logan Paul, newly signed Logan Paul YouTube star. And by the way, I didn't know there were two Paul brothers. I didn't know there was two guys. I thought they were the same person.
Oh, you thought
Logan
Logan and
Paul.
Jake were the same person?
Thought never knew that until what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Because he tweeted out that him and his brother were both on the sides of the same arena. Because his brother was on one side for boxing and he was on the other side for WrestleMania.
Wrestling.
It was like Madison Square Garden or something like that. I was like, holy shit, there's two of them. No idea. Thought they were the
Yeah,
same guy. But he is newly signed. He is not just doing this as a one-off. He's taking on the Miz in a very. I think this is actually going to be a decent match because he showed up. This dude showed up at WrestleMania.
he did.
He didn't go in there and just throw a couple stupid haymakers and dumb moves. This dude went out there and fucking shined. So I'm actually interested in this match. As far as prediction, who you liking in this one?
So just
What do
like
you
you,
think of
like,
Logan Paul too? What do you think of Logan Paul too?
so honestly, like, I know a lot of people shit on Logan Paul just because of some of his stuff in the past, and talking shit, talking shit like he's very like flaunty and like cocky. But one thing about him is that he puts the work in,
Hmm.
and I feel like that was definitely shown at WrestleMania where he showed up, and even as like technically they were the heels, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were the heels, and he just had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand.
A lot of
Like
heat.
he's just like,
A lot of
watch
heat.
this. He did the Three Amigos. He did the Eddie Guerrero shimmy. Like he it just came natural to him, and it
I
was
agree.
something great that like not. I mean, there's a lot of look at Dominic Mysterio. Like there's nothing there that I'm just like, man, that guy has it besides a last name.
We're gonna get to that too, though.
Yeah, so Logan I think he has it. I saw the video when he got his contract, and he's there talking to Stephanie and Triple H, and Stephanie's like, "Oh, here's your contract," and he looks at Stephanie, he's like, I'm not gonna read this, right? And she starts cracking up, and he just signs it, and it was great. Like I think he'll definitely fit in well because I feel like he can take on like a role of like a Miz, where a lot of people hated the Miz, but you know what? The Miz has come on his own where you know a lot of people that didn't respect him a few years ago, I feel like respect him now, just because
Hmm.
he can make you feel something. Might not
It's
be
true.
something good, but he's gonna make you feel something.
And how can you deny a two-time Grand Slam champion? You can't.
Nope.
You can't do it. So, all right. So, who you liking in this one?
So in this one, I am gonna go with, surprisingly, the Miz to get this W with the help of Maurice. Obviously, I feel like it's gonna come down to like a, since they've been talking about the Mrs. Ball so much, maybe she gives Logan Paul a low blow. Miz does the hell his finisher is, and gets a dub.
I'm also going with the Miz, but I'm going with the Thomas Ciampa factor.
Okay.
I think he's going to be a factor. He's going to help the Miz win this one. It also puts Ciampa out there again. You got to keep him on TV. You got to keep him doing things, and you got to push him. So as of right now, this is the only way you can push him out there and put him on TV. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Miz winning by not fair advantage.
By not fair advantage.
Next, another surprise: Pat McAfee, who again, you said talking about putting in the work. That dude was outstanding also at WrestleMania, taking on Happy Corbin. Still, I think one of the better heels in wrestling, even though he's kind of got a little stale lately. Um,
Lately.
yeah, lately. Yeah, well, you shouldn't have put him with what's that dude's name? What's that dude?
Madcap Moss.
I fucking hate that name. Drive every time I hear that name, it's like a scratching on the nail board. I don't know why. You got to change his name because the name drives me insane. But
Well,
yeah,
I
you
mean, what
put
do
him
you
with
expect?
him.
They made him Happy Corbin when he was
Yeah, I
like
know.
broke Corbin. Like that was one of those things when I saw like, oh, supposedly WWE got the trademark for Happy Corbin. I'm like, I really hope they're not. This is not where they're going with this guy's character. Like, and there you go,
Yeah,
Happy Corbin.
I don't get it either. But yeah, this is a great match. So this has been building up. I like Happy Corbin kicked him in his chest while he was commentating. That was a great shot. But Pat McAfee, like I said, he's another guy you did not expect what we got out of him so far. You didn't expect him at WrestleMania what he does. I like his energy at ringside. Obviously, he dances to the Shinsuke Nakamura song all the time. Uh, who you liking in this one?
So this one again, yeah, I'm gonna go. I guess heel on this one too. I'm gonna go Corbin, just because I feel like as much as I love Pat, I don't think they're gonna let him get two victories back to back on major shows. Like I was already surprised he beat Theory,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't see him beating Corbin. I feel like that might be a little bit of a detriment to Corbin because at least Austin Theory, had Vince at that point. He has the money in the bank. What does Corbin really have?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, however, I'm gonna go with Pat McAfee. I don't know
Okay.
why. I do. I think maybe not a maybe he'll do a little cheating, but like he like face cheating though, where people
Yeah.
where people cheer it, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of go with Pat McAfee on this one.
I wouldn't be mad. Put it like this: I would not be mad if Pat wins.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
not be mad if he beats bum ass Corbin.
yeah. Because I said I was always a big I was a big Baron Corbin defender. There's no defending Happy Corbin at all. So but I still like McAfee in this one. Next we got, this is the one again. This is another interesting one. It's a no disqualification tag match. The Mysterios versus Judgment Day. Now the main question is, before you ask who's gonna win, first of all, welcome back, hot ass Mysterio daughter. Woo, I like her. That's number one. Number two, will Dominic go heel and join the Judgment Day? Because, like you said before, Dave, if someone needs a change, if someone needs something to do to be significant, it's that kid. He can't just. First of all, he looks terrible standing next to his father. It looks like twins, a horrible Arnold Schwarzenegger Danny DeVito twins thing.
Twins, Basil.
Yes, twins, and he needs a haircut desperately. And I hope the first thing they do is give him a haircut because he has the worst mullet in the history of mullets. The
But
worst.
you saw, I mean, I saw something that they were like maybe him teasing like the heel turn because who else that was Mexican that had a mullet?
No, you think? No.
Who knows? Maybe
But why
like the way
tease
they
it
make
though?
him turn. I mean, maybe that's a little tease. Like I mean, it would have been nicer if he would have came out after with the mullet, and then I don't know, maybe like a Latino Heat
It's a
shirt,
shirt
and
or
like, Dad, what did you think? I forgot all those years ago that you put me through this custody battle ladder match. That was just gonna go away. Like I don't know,
yeah.
something like that. Like that would be something cool to see.
Well, what's her name had an I'm Your Poppy t-shirt on, which was great the other night.
Yeah, she did.
But that was fantastic. But I thought it was going to happen on Monday. It's got to happen, right? I'm thinking it has to happen. One, the Judgment Day needs to make a splash. Now, by no stretch of the imagination is Dominic Mysterio a splash, but they do need to make like a big heat move, and I think that would be it. So I am going to predict that the Judgment Day wins based on Dominic Mysterio turning on his daddy. That's my prediction.
I will concur with you there. At least I will say Judgment Day should win this match because I've seen him take way too many L's
Mm-hmm.
lately against the Mysterios, and it was like, what the hell was the point of Finn Balor taking out Edge for if all they're gonna do is lose on Raw? What a point with that. But yeah, if he doesn't turn there, I mean, maybe it's like a Ray like holds Dominic back, like, no, you're not ready, or something like that, or I'm gonna protect you, and then he just like I don't know steps away from the ropes and it's like I don't need protecting, some crap like that. But yeah, I'll agree with you there. Judgment Day should win.
Now another interesting factor in this match is because we've seen a lot of crazy promos for someone who's showing up. Is it Edge? And does Edge show up tonight? Supposedly he's coming back as Vampire Edge with a new
Vampire.
brood or some shit. That's the rumor.
Christ.
I don't know. But you think Edge comes back tonight? You think that he's the guy in the promos, or
I
will he come
don't.
back tonight?
I wouldn't have him come back tonight just because for what? To give the freaking Mysterios a win that is pointless.
Well, maybe it doesn't have to be. It could be after the match. Maybe while they're celebrating with their hands raised, the music hits.
But
He
then
comes out, and that'll
if
set up, whatever, tomorrow night,
if
Monday night.
if that does happen, then I don't think Dominic turns heel
No, that's
because
true.
I feel like they would just kill Dominic that way. Like turns heel, Edge comes back, and then it's like, oh wait, Dominic turned heel. Who the hell cares? Edge is back.
That's true too. You have a good point there. But I think Dominic, if he does turn, one, he gets a haircut. Two, I think he should start putting on masks, like just to make fun of his father in a way, like dark, like cool looking dark lucha masks. I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. But that's just me. Who knows? Next, another interesting matchup. The United States Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Theory. Theory says he's getting his title back tonight and that he's going to cash in his money in the bank. No, I don't see it. He's not. Well, let's put it this way: he ain't winning both. And like you said, Vince is gone. His daddy's gone. Vince is gone. He may lose both tonight. I don't. People are making fun of him now because he's saying that Triple H isn't a fan. Vince was the fan, but I don't think that's true. I don't think
No,
Triple H is going to pick a guy like that. I think Theory's very talented anyway.
he was
And
doing good in NXT before.
yeah, and again, he's a
Him and
guy.
Gargano, they all had that that good bond where they were good on TV. So I don't feel like Triple
But he
H wouldn't like
also,
him.
yeah, but also, you hate him. People hate him, and that's a good thing. It's a
Yeah,
good thing in wrestling to
definitely.
be hated. Um, so Lashley versus Theory. As much as I dislike Bobby Lashley, I think he wins this one because they're not going to give this guy two titles. I honestly, they're not going to give him any titles tonight. I think he loses. I do think he loses both. If he cashes in, I think he's losing both.
I really
Unless
hope he
unless
doesn't.
Lesnar and Reigns really beat the living shit out of each other, which we'll see. Hopefully, I hope they do actually.
But
Uh,
we'll talk about when we get to that match about
yeah.
something that with Theory, but
All right. Well,
so
this one I'm going to go with Lashley to hold on to that title. What about you?
I'm on the same boat. I don't think Lashley loses it here. I don't think it helps Theory or Lashley if he loses. Like
Hmm.
there's no more reason to continue that feud. It's run its course.
Oh yeah, it has.
Uh, yeah. So and I mean I like Lashley for like a 45-year-old guy. I wish I looked like that.
Shit, I'm 46. I don't look anywhere near like that, dude. No, good for him though. Yeah, but I don't know. He's another guy who I just need. I liked Hurt. What is it? The
The
Hurt
Herlock,
Business. I
Herlocker.
like that. I like that group, and I liked them in that group. They were very what's that? Evolution like with the suits and the glasses. I like that dude, but
But
I
it's
don't
one
know.
of those where they gave up on him so quickly. Like those guys were like, imagine that group of guys they had there. You had obviously Lashley, that's your powerhouse. You have Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin that are both great in the ring. Like if they can do what you need, if
hmm
it's high flying, if it's wrestling, they're gonna do it for you. And then you have MVP as a vocal point, like your Ric Flair role. I feel like that was a
Yeah,
good
I do too. Well, that's
faction.
another thing that we can criticize about them in the last couple of years. They give up way too quickly. Even you can even go back to Enzo and Cass. Again, not great wrestlers at the time, but they were so goddamn over. And what do? You split them up, and it ruined both their careers. So again, it makes no sense what they've been doing the last couple of years.
I feel like what messed them up though was that Hardy return.
That too.
I feel like
That
that
too.
WrestleMania 33 was their night to win. And then as soon as the Hardys came out, it was like, yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah, but no. But how do you split them up though? Like I said, I
No, you
mean, I
don't.
don't. They were beyond over. I don't care what anyone says. They were fucked. But again, this dude
They
wasn't
were
a great
over.
wrestler.
No, you're right. They were over, but they both like were like a yin and yang. Like
Yeah.
Big Cass wasn't great on the mic,
No.
but Enzo was. Big
Uh,
Cass was your powerhouse, where Enzo's not.
Enzo was terrible in the ring. He
Yeah,
was just
and
a
he was
he could take
knocking
a
himself
beating.
out.
Yeah, he could take a beating, but he couldn't wrestle for shit. So, but all right, that's a whole other story. All right, so we're both going with Lashley on this one. Next, a very odd choice to special guest referee with Double J, but we got hopefully for the last time the Usos versus the Street Profits
I thought you were talking about Ric Flair.
for the tag titles. Um, I don't see an ending to the Bloodline reign. I just don't see it tonight. I don't see it anytime soon. So I'm going to have to pick the Usos to win once again. I mean, literally until the people get like sick of seeing these three guys win titles every week. But I am going with the Usos to hold on to the unified tag titles. How about you?
This is a regular match, right? Um, it's just special guest
Just,
referee.
just, just Double J for some reason as a special guest. It makes no sense why Jeff Jarrett of all people are a special guest referee, but okay,
It's
whatever.
like yeah, you remember, Double J, Jeff
Yeah,
Jarrett, the tag team specialist,
yeah, exactly.
that guy.
Remember that guy? I mean, I have the kids there going, who? Who? I don't know who that is. So whatever. But yeah, aside that point, who do you like to win this one?
Yeah, I'm going with the Usos as well. I don't think the Street Profits are there to take them out, and like you said, it's the bloodline right now is strong. They are really strong right now in wrestling, and to take everything away from them in one night, I don't know. I feel like you do that at like a WrestleMania, because that's normally like your changing of the guard. Like, okay, here's where things are gonna go from here forward.
Yeah,
But not at SummerSlam. I can't see it.
yeah, I kind of agree with that. Um, all right. Next, we have the SmackDown Women's Title. Ronda Rousey gets her rematch against Liv Morgan. Thank you for making Liv Morgan world champion, by the way. I've been talking about it for 2 years. They've been talking about it for 2 years, and they finally did it. But here's my problem: is Ronda Rousey going to lose 2 times in a row? This is one of those I can't predict this match because one, are you going to strip the title of Liv Morgan already, even though she was extremely over when she did win, or do you hand Ronda Rousey another match? This I think is going to have to be the return of Charlotte Flair to interfere to get involved somehow. Who do you like in this one? I don't even know at this point. I'm gonna have to make up my mind in the next 5 minutes because I have no clue. But I think this is where Charlotte Flair comes back and sticks her beak into it, literally a beak because she has a beak, but it's okay.
A beat that Eric likes.
Yeah, listen. There's some days where she looks great, and then there's some days where it's like a mirror thing. One day she's like, "Wow, look how hot she is," and it's like, "Whoa, whoa." It's like Seinfeld, where you put her in a certain light, she looks completely different. That's what Charlotte Flair is. So who do you think of
Um,
this?
so I didn't think about the Charlotte Flair return until you just mentioned it, and now I don't know if that's a. I feel like Liv Morgan comes out of this losing no matter what,
Really?
unless it's a clean victory. Because think about it this way: Liv loses to Ronda Rousey.
What's up, I mean, how
AJ,
are you?
Liv loses to Ronda Rousey clean. It's like okay, so she was just uh, a reason to get the money in the bank, like victory, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's it. Okay, go to the back. Liv beats Ronda Rousey with Charlotte Flair's help. Okay, Liv can't really do it by herself. She's gonna have that stigma now on her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the only way she wins is if she wins clean. But we're talking about Ronda Rousey,
Exactly.
so it's like, are they gonna let her take a clean pinfall victory? Like I
No.
don't know. I
I,
just it's
this is
hard
like
to see that happen.
this is a confusing match because, like I said, now is there a guarantee Charlotte's coming back? No.
No.
Rumors are that she was supposed to return. Her honeymoon's over. Uh, Daddy wrestles tomorrow, which we'll get into before we end the show. Um,
And
so does she?
UFC,
Does she come
Jamie.
back tonight? Does she come back tonight?
Oh,
Baseball, wrestling, and boxing. Yeah.
and we got UFC as well tonight.
Wow, UFC's going up against SummerSlam, or
Well,
should I say
remember, I
Summer?
like it. So SummerSlam is over by like 11. People are then gonna tune into UFC
Oh
afterwards.
yeah, they're always on the they're always like they don't come on till like noon midnight anyway.
Yeah,
That's true. Shit, I can't even predict this match now. You're right though.
I'm gonna
Listen,
go Live
she
just because I don't think it. Even if she does go down the route of having Charlotte help her, I still don't think it's fair to her to just. She's been champion for what all of like 3 weeks.
hmm
I don't think it'd be fair to her just to do that because I've seen them do that to. Was it Carmella? It was one of the most recent Money in the Bank winners where they won. Or I think it was the Miz. Wait, was it the Miz?
well, he was world champion for 3 weeks, like 2 3 weeks,
I think maybe that's what I'm thinking of. He was champion for like actually wasn't it just a week or 2 weeks?
like two
Because
weeks.
he
Yeah,
beat he beat McIntyre, and then right after he fought Bobby Lashley and got wrecked.
yep, exactly.
And I
Yeah,
was like, okay, like what was the point of that?
it's true. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan too. I am just for that reason. I don't think you can. If you do take it off, like I said, it's extremely disrespectful. But I don't think they care because
Well, I mean,
Ronda Rousey. But I do see
and
interference.
how many times has Charlotte done it to countless people?
Yeah,
Like was
I
it
see her winning
Oscar?
with interference, whether she likes it or not. I think we're gonna get interference on because Ronda Rousey ain't getting beat clean. No way, not 2 times, especially not losing 2 times in a row. At least not fairly. I don't see it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's switch over to the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch, who can't win a goddamn thing anymore. Um, and I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair on this one too. I don't think Becky's gonna come back. I think first of all, she cut her hair. She looks terrible. Grow that hair back, Becky. Wear a wig, something. I know you got that mom cut now, that mom bowl cut. Look coming out like looking like David Bowie every week. I don't know what the hell happened to that. But again, I don't think it's Bianca's time to lose because she's another one who just got the title back. So I am going to go with Bianca Belair.
Yeah, Becky to me remind every time. Well, when she first got the haircut, reminded me of was it Lilu from The Fifth Element?
Oh yeah, yeah, I know it's Mila Jovovich when she cut her hair.
That's what she reminded me of. As for winning, yeah, I think this. I don't. I mean, this is gonna be a first because Vince isn't back there. If Vince was back there, then I feel like I would be like, I would not be again surprised Becky wins because they want to go back and forth. Becky won last year at SummerSlam against her. Bianca won at WrestleMania. So I'm saying, okay, are they gonna do this round robin thing? But he's not back there, so I'm gonna say, you know, thinking with my head that Bianca's gonna retain.
Me too. All right, so we agree on almost everything except for the Pat McAfee one. All right, we'll see. Well, now we get to the big one, the huge one. Again, with Vince leaving, this could have changed everything. Which, of course, is Universal World Heavyweight Southern Texas Champion, whatever the fuck it's called now. Roman versus Brock for the last time until they need someone else to fight. Uh, this is a big deal. It's the last time. Roman's on a hell of a streak. He's had the title for longest reign in a long time. That's
He
because
hasn't
there
got a
really
pin
is.
in what, like 3 years?
Yeah, and there's really no one else who can run with this title right now. Before Vince left and Brock did the walkout, I was going to go with Brock on this one. Now, I'm going with Roman Reigns. We're going to break this down into two separate subjects. First, this match, we'll say straight out.
700 days.
I like Roman Reigns to win this match. Simply because Vince left and Brock says he's done because Vince is gone. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. But based on that, I am going with Roman Reigns. Yep, 700 days. Yep, you're right. Since Backlund? No, Hogan had it 3 years. Hogan had it 3 years. So Andre said 3 years is a long time. So he had about 3 years.
And Punk had it for what, like over a year, right? Like almost 400 days?
Yeah, something like that. So, no, Hogan, I think, was the last 3-year guy. Since then, I don't think it was really anybody.
So me, I think. See, this is where it all depends on whether Theory decides.
Don't worry. Wait. Don't worry about the cash in yet. That's why I said we're going to break it down into two things. So first, who's gonna win the Roman Lesnar part, and then we'll try to figure out the Theory part.
I think it has to be Reigns. Even though, he's gonna do something that I can't remember the last time Brock has lost 3 times in a row to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would have, yeah.
It's a weird situation. But I'm taking in the Vince factor and the fact that he said Vince is gone, I'm gone. Again, whether that's true, we don't know because money talks, and Triple H could be very persuasive, I'm sure. But I'm just basing it on that, which is why I'm going with Roman to win.
Yeah, I think I have to go Roman. I don't want to see Brock with the 2 belts.
No.
Unless
he had it for 7. He had it for 7 years, I think, something like that. And he's agreeing with us. We're going with Reigns. So.
Yeah, I have to go. That's what I would want. I want Reigns to win. Okay. I'm good with that.
And see, this is one of those things too. Lesnar has to stay. It's a last man standing match, as I forgot to mention. Lesnar's got to stay down for 10. It's a hard factor to stay down for 10 for both these guys' egos to stay down for 10. But whatever, you get hit with a chair 6 or 7 times, you're gonna stay down. I don't care who you are.
That, or they do like what they used to love to do to the Big Show, trap him underneath like a table and dump shit on him so that he can't get up.
That's
or
true
maybe
too.
Like I'm pretty sure they did this to him too, where they like handcuffed his legs so that he couldn't like to the rope so that he couldn't stand up. Like I would think it would have to be something towards that, because I forgot it was a last man standing match.
Yep, they got to sit down for a 10 count. Again, that's the other factor. Will Lesnar want to do that? Will Lesnar, but again, I'm basing this on him wanting to leave. So I don't know.
It will be. So I guess now we can jump into.
Yeah, now we're going to jump into the cash in. If Theory cashes in tonight, which he said he was going to do, he might not. He's a heel. He might just be like, nope, fuck this. I'm not doing this. I'm saving it. If he cashes in, and I said we already picked Roman, will he beat Roman Reigns for the Universal WWE Heavyweight Intercontinental Heavyweight whatever fuck it's called now title? What do you
So,
think?
so here's my question, I guess to you, and then I'll answer that. If he cashes in, does he cash in a la Seth Rollins, like in the middle of the match? And if he does that match remain a last man standing match? Or does it become a triple threat?
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I think he waits till the end. I don't think he. I mean, unless both guys, like you said, it's one of those where they really destroy each other. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good point.
They're
I
both
didn't even.
knocked out for the 10 count. He's just standing there, did absolutely nothing, and he wins both titles.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Because yeah, you're right. Will it turn into a triple threat, or is it still a? Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
That was
That's a
what I
conundrum.
thought about earlier. I was like, does it stay as a last man standing, or does it go to triple threat rules?
Hmm. Okay, now based on that, I don't think he cashes in until it's over. Then I don't think they're going to come up with that. I think you're smarter than them, Dave. I don't think. I don't think. I don't think they thought about that because I didn't think about that. So I think if he cashes in, it's going to be at the end. Roman gets the pin, another pin. Brock stays down for 10. Roman, they might do a fucking Rocky too. Both guys are down. Roman ends up standing up first. Brock gets counted out. Uh, Theory hits the music, comes down, Cash hits him with the fucking briefcase, cashes in, wins the titles. That's a good possibility. I see a Rocky 2 moment where they're both reaching, and then Brock falls down or whatever happens.
I can see that happening. But see, I think then if he does cash in for some reason, I think they're gonna want to keep that Roman Reigns hasn't been pinned in like 17 years, and Brock would beat Roman, and then it just goes back to the full circle of Theory of being like the last one at the Hell in a Cell with Brock,
Mm-hmm.
and take not taking him to the limit, but like kind of like messing with him and almost getting him. So I would see him beating Brock before I see him beating Roman.
Sure.
So if he does cash in, I say Brock wins and he cashes in on Brock.
Hmm. I may agree with you. I think Theory's got a good future ahead of him. Okay, now I'm going to throw another theory out to you. Not no pun intended.
Pun intended.
What if he cashes in and it is a last man standing match? Both guys are down. All he does is walk in the ring, cash in, and stand there. The referee counts to 10. He doesn't do a goddamn thing and wins both titles.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they should
Let
do.
me tell you something. I would love that because he would get so much heat and be so hated. That would make sense to me.
Yes, I
Got me
think
really
that's what
thinking
it should
now.
be.
Both guys are down for 10. He cashes in, walks in, last man standing rules. He doesn't even throw a punch. He just stands there while these guys get counted out. I fucking like that idea. I'm gonna call him up right now. I'm gonna text Triple H. This is what you got to do tonight. This is bullshit.
Change the main event right now.
Change it right now.
Hours before.
I am rewriting your main event because it said it. One, Roman doesn't get pinned. Roman really doesn't lose. Brock doesn't get pinned. Brock really doesn't lose. Now you got Theory, who everyone hates with both titles, and technically no one lost. And then Roman will probably get it back before WrestleMania or whatever it is. But still, I think that is a great, great way to end a match. God damn, I like that.
It's a good what is it? Transition champion to wherever you're looking to going. Because I'm assuming that the way things are working, I don't think Roman gets the titles before WrestleMania just because I feel like they're really working that Rock Reigns thing for WrestleMania. Where I think they're hoping Cody's able to come back and they want Cody to be champion at WrestleMania or to win at Mania. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking you have Theory as your transition champion. Maybe he holds the belt until whatever TLC. I don't know what they end the year with now, day one, and then have Seth Rollins beat him, or like have like a triple threat, fatal four way, whatever they like to do, and Seth gets the titles, Cody ends up winning the Rumble, and then boom, you have your rematch at WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE World Wrestling
Yeah, South,
I-75 champion.
yeah, South Texas borderline, whatever the fuck it's called now. Damn, I don't know. I kind of like our idea better. I mean, you know how disappointed I'm going to be tonight now? Because they're not going to come up with a better idea than that. They're not. I just know they're not.
I mean, we've been disappointed plenty of times before.
Yeah, but this is our idea now. now I'm really going to be upset when they don't do it. It's a no-win situation for them tonight now. Damn, that's a good idea.
Yep.
Shit. Because it's a good way to put heat on a new champion. It didn't have to do a damn thing.
No.
Oh my
Damn
god, I
thing.
love that. I love that idea because, like I said, he'll have so much heat on Raw Monday. He will be so hated on. Imagine him taking all the selfies too with Rock and Roman laying on the ground.
Oh
He'll be
my
taking all this.
god.
Oh my god, it'll be so great.
I didn't even think about that. That'd be fantastic, actually.
Dave, I'm gonna be so mad now tonight. I'm gonna be writing you in the chat how mad I am that this didn't happen.
Like, damn
So
it! Why didn't
yeah.
they use our idea?
Fuck. Oh well. All right. Well, I mean, hey, there it is. We'll see what happens tonight then.
So
Uh,
wait, what about So this pay per view was supposed to see Riddle versus Seth Rollins, but
mhm.
be, from what I heard was that they wrote Riddle off because they want to have that match down the line at
In the castle, right? In the
the
castle next
Castle,
month.
yeah, the Castle pay per view. So Triple H, I saw that Seth wrote a tweet, and then Triple H wrote back to him like, "I hear you."
Yeah, I hear you.
So does this mean we're gonna get another Seth Rollins in the middle of the ring? He wants a match. Someone comes out.
I mean, I guess so. If that's what they're gonna do. I mean, if you look at the listing, it's not there.
Yeah, it's not.
So maybe I would like it. I'd like to see, but again, who they're gonna bring back as a surprise? Is it gonna be Edge?
Don't
Don't
want to
care.
see that.
Yeah, don't want to see that. So I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. Plus, Edge can't come back unless he's gonna go after the Judgment Day.
Yeah, how long is
Um,
Randy supposed to be out?
oh, that's a good question. I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Because I could see that since Randy and Riddle were boys before he left because he got hurt.
That's true. That could be him. That'd actually make sense if he came back and forth. Oh, I guess we'll see on that one too tonight. Can't make a prediction, but yeah. So maybe he'll start the show. Well, not start it, but maybe he'll be after Pat McAfee and Harry Corbin, get that out of the way. So I don't know. It's a good idea. I hope so. But one thing I do want to talk about is tomorrow is Ric Flair's. I mean, I'm air quoting if you're listening to this. Last show, last. First of all, you can't have a last match and then take it on tour because that's what he wants to do. So tomorrow's not the last match. If you're taking this goddamn thing on tour, that makes no sense, Rick.
Wait. What do you mean he's taking it on tour?
He wants to go on like a last. Now it's not a last match anymore. Now it's like a last tour. He wants to take all this stuff on different cities now.
So he's like the Rolling Stones?
Basically, it's like now it's from a match to the farewell tour. Basically, whether that's happening, I don't know. I haven't seen confirmation. That was just his bright idea. Like, oh, I think I can do this in every city. But then it's not a last match, you idiot. It's not a last match if you keep doing this. You already ruined a great WrestleMania moment by coming back to fucking TNA and ruining your legacy. I honestly think he did do that.
I mean, he said it. He said he wished he never went back to
Yeah,
TNA.
true.
So I don't understand what
Oh, he needed the
the
money.
fact.
He was broke. That's all it was.
No, I meant like now.
Oh yeah. Now
Like
I don't know.
I don't see the point, and especially like when he came back to TNA, he was fighting Hogan. So I get it, but you're fighting Double J and what was it, Jay Lethal?
Jay Lethal. They're gonna have another woo off.
Like I don't get it. Double J is fucking Jeff Jarrett is irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't understand. He's got two big events this weekend. Jeff Jarrett, so it makes no sense. What does it say? He's going to PR for WWE in August. Russell will be joining Andrade and Carlito Caribbean. Cool. Oh,
So
okay.
maybe like a manager.
Well, that would make more sense.
Yes, I don't mind that.
Well, I don't mind that either. I always thought he should have been a cool manager, but
Did
I
you
don't know.
see though? I think it was when he was proposing stuff for the match that he wanted to take like a dive from the top rope, and Charlotte's like, "No, what are
Yeah.
you thinking?"
It's also you're not doing it. So now Charlotte's running the show now. See, that's what I'm saying. I can't see this tour thing happening because first of all, like you said, it's not a last match if you go on tour, idiot. If this is really your last match, it's got to be your last match. You're
Exactly.
80. Fucking stop already. It doesn't make. He's gonna die. He's really gonna die.
I saw with that tweet or whatever, someone put, "Oh, it's a new. This is he's gonna defy a new term for suicide dive."
Yeah, it's true. So I mean, as far as that goes, I don't. Is it even? Is it pay per view? I don't even know how this thing
Yeah, it
works.
is gonna be a pay per view. Like it's a whole like. I mean, if you give me a moment, I can
Yeah, because
tell
I
you
don't.
what
I would love to see how much it's going to cost
Ric Flair.
for an. I mean, the rest of the card, I don't know. Looks okay, I guess. I don't know too many of them.
Okay, so yeah, it's
But are you going to charge me sixty
tomorrow.
dollars to watch an 80-year-old fight a 70-year-old and Jay Lethal? It's like I don't know.
Okay, let's see
And
what
your
it
and your and your
says.
son-in-law.
And your son-in-law. Where the hell pre-order the event on Fight? Okay, let me see if I were to order this, which I most likely will not be doing.
No, unless someone bootlegs it like the old
Okay,
days.
it's $35. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, 35 is not too bad.
I thought it was gonna be worse, and I mean I can tell you right now what the card is looking like. So
Roll it out. Let's hear
we
it.
we got the Briscoes versus the Von Erichs.
Which is interesting. I mean, that's interesting. Legacy match.
Yes. So then we have a New Japan Pro Wrestling match. Clark Connors versus Ren Narita.
Got to have that one white guy in there.
Then we have an MLW match. Killer Cross with Scarlett Bordeaux versus Harry Smith.
Ooh, Harry
That
Smith.
should be interesting.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Then we have an Impact Knockouts uh, match. It's Rachel Ellering versus Diana Perrazzo versus Jordan Grace. I think I said that right. Her name Jordan. Yeah, Jordan Grace, who is the Impact Knockouts champion.
Okay.
We have another Impact World Title match. Jacob Fatu versus Josh Alexander, who is the Impact World Champion.
Another Fatu. Okay.
We have a AAA match, which is Ray Phoenix versus Taurus, and oh my God, versus Laredo Kid versus Bandito. This Taurus guy literally has a mask that looks like a bull.
Nice.
I wish. Oh wait, I can't share it, right? What am I doing here?
Yeah, go to
I,
share screen. You can share it.
yeah, I completely forgot that this is
We won't, we,
possible.
we won't get in trouble for that because it's not copyright.
Okay, so let me know. You have to put it up, I think. That is Taurus.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Can I zoom in? He literally has a mask that's a freaking bull.
Damn it! I forgot we could do this. I would have put up pictures of all the wrestling matches. Would have been cool. But I
A-
forgot. I like that
And
though. That's a cool mask.
and
The
then
white man, Bandito's cool too.
I don't know, Bandito. Did you ever watch?
Is that a mask though, or does he wear that during he's wrestling, or that just comes off?
Yeah, I think he wears that while he's wrestling. I've only seen him wrestle like once or twice,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
but he reminds me of. Did you ever watch Deuce Bigelow European Gigolo?
No, I never watched it.
There's a date he goes on, and the lady's wearing like something over her nose, like her face, like you can see her eyes, and she's wearing like something over her nose, and she's like, oh, he's like, oh, like why don't you take off your like whatever mask thing, and she's like, oh no, the thing is that I was born with this certain condition that instead of a nose, I have a penis as a nose. So then throughout the date, like he touches her, uh, and you see like the nose just go up. You don't see it, but you just like it's covered with the mask. And then
But he gets an
another time,
erection.
yeah, another time she sneezes, and when she sneezes, what comes out is semen, and it goes into like somebody's soup.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That's pretty nasty.
But if you look at his mask, and if you ever watch the movie, I don't know if anyone else has seen the movie, they'll get the reference. It
Yeah.
almost looks like that. So we'll finish up here. I think there's only like two more matches. Impact Wrestling Dream Tag Rematch: The Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards versus Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin.
Everybody knows those names.
Okay, actually, no, we have more. Actually, look at that. We have, holy crap, are you kidding me? Kerry and Rick Morton
Oh yeah, the Rock and Roll
with
Express.
Robert Gibson versus Brian Pillman Jr. and Brock Anderson with Arn Anderson.
Wow.
Why are all these guys trying to wrestle still?
I don't know. They're never gonna stop the fucking Rock and Roll Express guy. Never. They're gonna die in the ring.
Oh man, is them or Flair going first?
I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow before Flair.
Then I have no idea what this is. The Bunkhouse Battle Royal. Participants
Still to be. Ooh,
still
that's
being
interesting. Yeah, you never know who could show up. All these other guys are showing up.
true.
Brian Pillman Jr. is AEW, so I guess anybody could show up.
Yeah, and so was Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
Four corners match. Jonathan Gresham, Nick Wayne, Alan Angels, and Konosuke Takashita.
There you go. You nailed it.
What is a four corners match?
You have to touch all four corners, like run around and touch all. It's a weird. It's a
I
weird, stupid.
no no
concept.
I okay, so now I get it, but I've never seen a fatal four way like that.
Yeah, I don't know how
Normally
that's
it's
gonna work.
two guys and you have to do it continuously. No.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work with four. It's almost like playing the video game where it's almost impossible because there's always someone hitting you.
Yes, I'm breaking it up, and then finally the main event: Ric Flair's quote unquote last match. Ric Flair and Andrade El Idolo and Jeff Jarrett with Karen Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
I don't know, man. He looks horrible in that picture alone.
Was there he does look bad. Was no one else available that he picked Jeff Jarrett?
Ricky Steamboat said no. I don't think. I think Sting said no. So I don't know how he landed on Jeff Jarrett.
I see. I would have preferred Sting. I feel like that would have made more sense.
It would have made more sense because that's our old rivalry. Steamboat's like, dude, I'm not fucking wrestling again. I'm too smart for that, I guess.
Did
So
Jarrett and Flair ever have a rivalry?
no,
Like
not
I
that I
can't.
know. Unless it was like in the early '80s or some shit. I don't remember. I don't think so though.
Yeah, like Jamie in the comments said, no history. Like it doesn't. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. Like it just like he just needed a match and was like, all right, let me pick out of a hat. Oh, looks like we're going with Double J.
Say, oh, you're making a comeback with WWE that same weekend? All right. Well, how about you wrestle me? Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Well, I guess we'll see. I don't know, for $35, if I got nothing going on, I might just fucking order it just for the hell of it. Is it on like cable? Or you have to watch it on your computer though.
It's on. Well, I saw it through Fight, so I'm assuming you would have to stream it, and then
Okay.
unless I don't know, maybe I don't know what provider you have. Maybe they are offering it,
I have
but
DirecTV, but I doubt it. I'll look, but I doubt it. If it's only $35, I don't know. I might swing that. It doesn't
it,
sound like a bad card, to be
it
honest with you.
doesn't. I feel like
Technically, it sounds like a better card than SummerSlam if you think about it. But SummerSlam's going to put on a better show, so that's cool though. I
I
don't know. I
wonder.
might I might check it out.
I wonder how many people are actually going to this match.
That's yeah, right. It's got to be. I would. It's supposedly sold out really quickly because of Flair alone.
Well, I'm sure. Well, he's doing it in the same. He's doing it in Nashville, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it would make sense that I'm pretty sure
SummerSlam
whoever's
people.
staying for SummerSlam is like, oh guys, we gotta go watch Ric Flair's last match. Go watch that train wreck.
Oh yeah, he's not dumb. He was smart. SummerSlam in Nashville. My match is going to be in Nashville. That was definitely perfect setting because otherwise, where the hell else are you going to do it? North Carolina. That's the
And
only other place if people would sell out.
is Monday Night Raw in Nashville too?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see where Raw's from.
Because if it, I mean, normally I remember like when SummerSlam was on Sundays, it would be like when it was like in Brooklyn, it would be back to back nights in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
So if it is in Nashville, then it's even smarter because people are gonna stay for SummerSlam weekend. So let's say SummerSlam and they'll stay till Monday Night Raw. And what are they
Yeah,
going to do on Sunday if they have nothing else to do?
yeah, that's true. That's true. Huh. All right. That pretty much summed it up for us. Well, hopefully we'll see how our predictions go, and that main event better go off the way we want to because I'm going to be really upset now. Really, really upset with the ending. So they're not going to beat our ending. I know they're not. They're not going to do it. But if
Oh,
Theory walks away with the titles, as long as it's not too stupid and it makes sense, I'll be fine with it. I just don't want, honestly, I don't want Brock to win. And it's nothing personal. It's just to me, it doesn't make sense. Because you keep bringing him back. Why? Because he's the only threat to Roman Reigns. But that's not Reigns' fault. There's just no one there. Cody was supposed to be the guy. He got hurt. It's not his fault. Again, it's no one's fault except, fate. Whatever. Guy tore his pec. What are you going to do? That's life. Life in the big city. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Hollywood Dave. Well, now you're acknowledged. Acknowledge Dave. I like it. Welcome back. I'm glad you came back. Tuesday, we will talk about the results of SummerSlam and how much our ending was better than the actual ending that happened. We'll see. We'll
the
definitely see
first
what
would be
happens.
the first Raw under Triple H.
That's right. Tonight's the first pay per view with him without Vince signing, even though I don't care what anyone says. Vince does have a small little hand in everything that goes on. That dude ain't going nowhere. But yeah, well, Triple H said this is the first pay per view, TV 14. So let's hope that makes a big difference. Thank you, Jaime. Appreciate it. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
in. Yeah, hopefully this is a good turning point because it needs it. It needs it. We need it.
Absolutely.
We all need it to get back into the swing of things. Maybe my tag team partner will lay up a little bit, be nice to all the wrestlers that are going on right now.
I don't know
Because
what
right,
what do you ask him what he thinks SummerSlam's gonna be like right behind you.
oh yeah, Eric, what do you think about SummerSlam? I think it sucks. Nobody can work. Everybody's not trained well enough. Blah blah. Kenny Omega sucks. Sorry, Eric. I had to do it. I had to do it. As long as I have that sketch, I got to do it. But I'm gonna frame it and give it to him in a nice frame. Give it to him for Christmas this year because it's a great sketch. It looks like him too.
It does. It looks like if you were to make like one of these like oldie like cartoons that didn't have like enough, but they were making people
Yeah.
like one of those. Like
Well, as I
okay,
said, I said I wanted to look like I wanted it to look like I said like a little kid drew a like a sketch of him.
uh,
Who'd you see break into your house, and the little kid would show up with that little picture. So so it'll even be better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come back Tuesday. Tuesday we'll have the results. Maybe we'll go over a pay per view or two. I don't know. We had so much news the last couple of weeks. We haven't had to have rewatch an old pay per view and have some fun. So maybe we could do that this week, depending on what happens. But we will be back Tuesday, 7ish. You know us, we don't go on time ever. 7ish, 7:30ish, whatever. It'll work out. Join us, share us out. PopCulturePros.com, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes. We're fucking everywhere. Listen, watch. This week we have a whole shitload of shows tonight, tomorrow night. Empire 161. Monday. I don't know when Deep Dive is coming back. Probably I don't think it's coming back yet. I'm not gonna. I don't know what day. So we got Just Too Sweet Tuesday. The Put It in the Book show if you like the Mets. Granny's Peach Tea should be coming back soon. Am I on the air with Don? Don't forget that one. The Black Lincoln Collective. That's a new show that we got. Watch that one. I said everywhere. We're all over YouTube. We're all over Facebook. Watch us, love us, acknowledge us.
A to Z too.
Well, I didn't forget it. Everyone knows A to Z. Everyone knows that. I'm usually on that show too. It's fun. A to Z, the Disney show, Skyline Reviews, which is a real fun show. Yeah, like I said, look at all our shows. Follow us on YouTube. Ring that little bell notifications. You get alerts on every single show that comes on here. Maybe we'll have some new shows coming out too. We'll see. Hopefully, Dave, you ever gonna make your return, Dave? Is your show ever coming back? Is a line too big now? Is he too? You know what? I'm gonna bash him right now. Is he too big a star now?
He is not too big of a star. However, the impossible is happening, and he is getting like physically bigger.
He is. He's huge.
He is right now in the middle of training to actually compete in bodybuilding.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay, that
he's
makes sense.
working like a dog right now.
That makes sense. So, what was is a 4 quarter show done?
It is. It's on hiatus,
It's on hiatus.
indefinitely for the time being.
All right. Well, don't forget.
I
I could
know.
do I could do 4 quarters if you want. I can step in. I don't
I
mind
know.
stepping
Well,
in.
remember, I had to make my return first back to the network,
Good. I'm
and
glad
then
you
little
did.
by little, things are gonna be changing again.
Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for watching SummerSlam tonight, 7 o'clock start. We'll be back Tuesday to discuss
Eastern
everything.
time. Don't
And
don't make the mistake I made at WrestleMania. Long story short, for WrestleMania, I went to Dallas. I had tickets for SmackDown Hall of Fame, and I thought, okay, hey, SmackDown doesn't start till 8, right? I forgot that it's 8 Eastern, and we showed up at 8 uh, Central Time, so we were an entire hour late to
uh,
SmackDown.
that
And I was
sucks.
like, we were walking to the stadium, and I'm like, man, I'm surprised, there's not like a lot of people out here. There's not traffic. We walk in, and then I was like, oh my God, the show actually started at 7, not 8. No wonder there was no damn traffic. And then Alon's like, damn it, Mello, like you had one job. So I made sure for WrestleMania not to make that same mistake, and we showed up on time.
All right, so yeah, so it's Eastern time, seven
Yes,
o'clock
7
tonight,
Eastern.
and we'll be on Tuesday, 7-ish Eastern time also. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Like I said, share us out, love us, respect us, acknowledge us. Peace out, everybody.